Hello, hello, my friends. Good evening. So I'm just going to hang for a few minutes as usual. Let you guys jump on. Don't start with the questions yet, though. Okay, hang tight. We got a little work to do first. All right, I'm going to put a link up here for you guys. Hello, hello. Say hello in the comments for me. Hello, hello. Don't put your questions in yet, though. Okay, just wait on that. Let's get some people joining first. Hello, hello. There we go. Now we got people jumping on. Now I'm seeing you. Hello from Billings. I'll be in Billings on June 7th at the SOS Expo. Come see me. Hello, hello. Kristen, good to see your face up there. Hello, hello. It's been a while, sister. All right, Amy and Jerry and Donna, Jacqueline, Jennifer. Hey, Jennifer. Miss Brandy. Hello, hello, hello. Look at all these lovely faces. Good to see you all. Oh, good, Tana. Awesome. I believe I don't think I'm doing the gallery. I think I am doing a talk though, if I remember right. Hello, hello. Look at all you pretty faces. All right, and go ahead and share this on your pages. Always helpful to small businesses when you guys do that. It is in June. It's June 8th. And it's in Billings at, I don't remember where it's at. I will definitely put stuff on my Facebook though, Tana. If I see Lori jump on, I'll make her share the link. And I may be a couple days early, so I might be doing some private readings for people too. All right. Hello, hello, hello. Yay. I love that there's a bunch of people. You know, it's funny because COVID times, we would have a ton of people on with us. And then these days, not as many. You know, we're working, we're out of the house, we're doing all this kind of stuff. So it's fun to see you guys when you all show up like this. I love it. Hello, hello, hello. All right, so a couple announcements coming up. Keep saying your hellos. I love it. I love it. Okay, and first of all, if there's any weird people that come on that ask you to send them a private message because they have a message for you from your loved ones and it's an emergency, like that's not us. I will do my best to shut them down. But if that happens, that's not us. We never do that. And me or any of the colleagues that I know that do readings, we never, ever, ever do that. So just know that if a scammer comes in, I'll do my best to block them as soon as I see it. Okay. Sometimes it takes me a minute if I'm doing a reading or something. Hello from Egypt. That's so fun. I love that. Are you with Lisa, Darlene? Are you guys in the same group? Cuddling your kitties. Awesome. The prom flowers were beautiful. We missed you doing them though, Megan. Yeah, so that I want to talk about that too, Donna. So couple announcements Monday, if you have not heard. How many of you, if I said, like if I asked you, is there some change that you would like in your life? If you would like to make some change in your life, how many of you would say yes to that? Something you want to change, something that bugs you, something that pisses you off, something that you know it's not healthy or it's self-sabotage. How many of you have something like that? Oh, Carla, that's a naughty word. Snow. Look at all those yeses. All right. I like to see the yeses. I think most of us have some things that we want to make changes and do things a little different, or feel better, or things like that, right? And one of the things that when I was tuning in, I haven't done a class for a long time. I've been busy, I've been traveling, I've been doing all of this kind of stuff, right? And I was like, shit, I haven't taught a class in a long time. And when I tuned into what people have been saying in my readings, and what my clients have been doing, and what kind of the energy that I'm feeling, change was a big piece that I was feeling. And so Monday, starting at 6 p.m., it is recorded. I'm going to do a 5-night class from 6 p.m. to 7 every night. And it's going to be all about, it's 5 steps to change. And so each night is going to be a different tool, or a different little secret, or something that I did to create change in my life. I really did not love change. I wasn't great with change. Let me put this link in here. If anyone is guided, please join us. But yeah, change was really tough for me. And I really fought change. I didn't like it. And so I would sabotage it. And I remember having arguments with my mentor, and she's like, seriously, like, you got to get used to change. And I was like, yeah, I don't really like that. Don't love it. And what I really realized was, number one, I needed support to do the change. That's why I wanted to do it 5 nights in a row. Number two, I had no tools. I didn't know how to do change unless the pain was so big and so awful that I was forced to change. And I know some of you, and I know you've done the same thing, right? And I've learned some different ways to do it. And I've learned kind of different ways almost to be sneaky about it. I don't know how else to say that, because sometimes you're making change and you're good with it and all that kind of stuff, but sometimes you need a little bit extra support with it, or you need some other tools. And so every night, Monday through Friday, I'm going to share a different tool, some stories, definitely answering questions, and working with some people with the group. And so you guys can start to create change. And the tools are things you can use all your life. So it's a new class. I've not done it yet. So I'm actually really excited. I talk about change and I teach about change, but I've never taught a class about change. So I am very excited for it. So we start on Monday at 6. All right. Yeah, change, right? Got me there. Mindset. Yep. Mindset is a big deal, you guys, for change. It's a huge deal. I'm going to do it in a Zoom link, and then we're going to put all the recordings and stuff in Mighty Networks. That's where it will be housed. So it's recorded, so you guys can go see it at any time, and we'll make sure you have directions for that and everything. But the main class is going to be through Zoom. Okay. Yeah, Julie's known me for a long time. She said, I've seen you shift through your changes. You've come a long way, baby. And damn, I have. I look back on some of the things where I used to be. Oh, yep. See, here's a little scammer. Let me take care of her first. All right, got her. All right. So the change class is coming up next week. We also have our full moon group clearing next week, which is Tuesday night. So it'll be the change class from 6 to 7, and then at 7 o'clock right away. If you're guided, we do our moon clearing, and that is amazing. I love that group, and it gets better and better and better as time goes on. We've added some tools to that. We've added a little bit more support around the whole thing. We've added some really fun exercises, some things to keep you on track for the month. It is recorded, so you can listen to the clearing throughout the month. So if anyone wants to check that out, I put the link in there as well. So that's Tuesday night. So next week's a big week. All right. Hey, Cheryl Cook. Good to see you, sister. All right, friends. So this is how I'm going to do this. So don't jump the gun. Okay. Don't jump the gun yet. Let me explain how I want to do this. So it's gentler on my energy, and y'all know my boundaries. So first of all, if you don't get a reading or picked for me, don't email me and don't message me. I am doing this full voluntarily. I'm not getting paid for it. Please don't say, oh my God, you didn't pick me. I'm sorry. I go to who I'm guided to, and I will do as many as I can. I love to do this for people. So it's not that I don't like to do it. I just want my boundaries respected, right? And if you have a loved one that you want to connect with to save my energy and also save time, and it's just the way that I do it, I want their name, how long ago they passed, how they passed, and who are they to you. So I would say my dad, he passed 4 years ago. He was 67, and he passed from a whole bunch of different things. Okay. If you have questions that are not loved ones, that's very welcome. If you have questions on career or love life or money or health things, I'm not a medical intuitive, but sometimes there might be some emotional components maybe I pick up on that you need some help with, any of that kind of stuff. I also will tell you guys, please listen to all the messages, because a lot of times when people do galleries like this, we call them galleries, but when we do this, a lot of times the messages come through collectively, meaning I might have Charlie and Don and David and Sam and Paul, like all coming in with the same message. And I might be giving the message to one person, but it might work for 10 different people that are listening. So do listen. Okay. Do listen to the messages, because you will get more fun messages that way. And don't pay attention to like, oh my God, I hope she picks me. Don't put your stuff in yet, you guys. I'm not ready. Don't do it yet. But I want you to listen to all the messages, because then you open the door to a whole bunch of things. Okay. I also encourage people, like, if you want me to say a certain thing, like you want to test me, I will fail that every time. So if you're waiting for a certain word or a certain thing or a certain, like anything specific, I very seldom will pick up on that, because I kind of almost ignore that part of it, because I want you to get the message that actually wants to come through. Okay. I very much go, more of my energy is based on the message to you, not the proof. Okay. I'll do the proof as much as I can, but I want to give you guys the messages. Okay. And I want you guys to get the messages you need, not always the messages that you want. Okay. Pets absolutely come through. It helps me a little bit to know just a tiny bit about the pet, you know, like what kind of dog was it, or what color it was, what was its name, how long ago, that kind of stuff. That is helpful for me, especially when I'm trying to do a whole bunch of readings. It just helps me tune in much quicker. Okay. All right. So now if you want to go ahead and put your question in, please do. I will go to whoever I'm guided to. Do not put more than one question in. I have some people that sometimes put like 7 questions in. You get 1. And also don't repeat it over and over and over. Just do it once. I scroll back and forth so I can see all of them too. Okay. I know I'm a little bitchy with my boundaries, but it helps me keep the energy straight. And it's okay to have boundaries. Okay, let's see. So you guys go ahead, put them in. I'm just going to start to tune in a little bit. Oh, you know what? I have one person I wanted to start with. And you'll have to, again, you guys, if you're putting in loved ones, make sure I have their name, when they died, and how they're connected to you. Okay. If you just put dad died, I'm not going to come to you. I want a little bit of information so that my energy can go into it. Okay. I also have this woman that showed up about 10 minutes before I started, and she's hilarious. I don't know who she belongs to. She feels to me like a sister. Like that's the word that comes to me. She feels like she has, you know, and I kind of went back and forth, because it almost feels like she's got blonde hair, but it almost looks like it might even be a little gray like mine. So I don't know what that color is. But she cackles and snorts when she laughs. So if that belongs to somebody, please put it in the comments. I want to see who she belongs to. And she is hilarious. I think she drinks, or at least she loved to party. So I got a new symbol just in the last couple months. If they drink coffee, I do this, but if they drink, they do this. So I do feel like it's someone's sister, and I feel like she wants to say that she's okay, but she is hilarious. She's so funny. She's so funny. But the thing that she said to talk about is that she cackles when she laughs and that she snorts. And the snorting gets her to laugh even more, which becomes a big thing for the whole group. So if she belongs to you, tell me who she is, because she is so funny. Okay, let me see what's here. Well, Lissa, you need to take my class on Monday, of course. Of course, of course. She's like, what class should I take? My class. Okay, let me just read some of these, you guys. Hang tight. Mm-mm. Amy, I feel like you need to dig into the emotional component, which I do think you have some knowledge on how to do that. You might even need to work with somebody like me or Sunny or somebody, but it feels like some of this stuff is coming from some deeper emotions that either you're not aware of yourself having, or it's really old, or it's just shit you really don't want to look at. But it feels like it might give some, I don't know if I want to say answers, but direction to what the next step might be. But I feel like you almost need like another person to kind of work through it with. So sit with that a little bit. But when they can't really figure out what it is, go deeper into the emotions of what's been going on or what it might feel like. And I think that might help you with the next step, hon. Okay. Okay, hang tight, friends. So many dead people in here. Jennifer, I'm so sad to hear that. I know what that feels like. It's tough. I feel like he has this big, huge smile, and he's got these really bright eyes, and I feel like he's very protective of the family. So I feel like he's definitely in that guardian state, but he is very serious about it. He's not missing a second. He wants to make sure that you guys know he's not missing anything. He is at every family gathering. He's at every fun thing. He loves when everyone gets to laugh. He knows it was, I feel like it was a really tough, like the time frame feels really tough to me. It feels really it just feels really like it was super hard. But he feels like people are starting to laugh again and people are starting to enjoy life again. That's what he wants. He's like, the more you can do that, the more you're going to see my signs. I also feel like this is so funny. This is so funny the way he's showing me this. I feel like he's practicing how to get signs to you guys. And I feel like he's got like, this is so funny. Like he's got quarters in his hand and I feel like he keeps dropping it. Like, damn, I dropped it again. Like he can't quite get it to work yet. But I feel like quarters from heaven feels like it's going to be a big deal. And I also feel like we had the coolest experience in Sedona this year. We literally saw a dime drop out of absolutely nowhere. There was no people around that could have dropped this dime. And I feel like things like that are going to be happening, but he has to figure it out. It's super funny. He just keeps dropping this quarter. So I feel like he's like, I haven't quite figured this part out yet. So the signs are coming, but I feel like it's quarters. And I feel like you're supposed to save up those quarters and do something joyful with them. Whether it's going to a movie, whether it's saving them up for a year and going to a hotel overnight or something. But I feel like he's really going to play with the quarters. And he's definitely keeping an eye on everyone. I also feel like he kisses, I can't remember your name or your daughter's name. Oh, I can't remember it. He kisses her on her cheek too. I wonder if she's maybe said that or felt that. Um, Rachel, I really feel like you gotta make and you know all this. I really think mindset's a big, 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 big thing in the next 6 weeks. Because I feel like you've climbed this big, huge mountain, which those of us that know you have been. But I feel like it could be so much easier. But there's still a few little tweaks that you can do. I keep getting this. So just watch your mindset. Which I know you know that, but I almost wonder if some affirmation work would be good and paste them up all over the house and even pictures of the parts that you're working on healing and things like that. But I feel like you need to get back into the affirmations. Like really loud, I heard affirmations. Lexi Hill, why have I been so tired? I've actually keep running into this the last couple weeks when I've been doing clearings on people. I feel like, so when I look at people, I can sometimes see and sometimes sense your kind of your connection to the light. And I feel this is such a funny way to put it, but I think this is for more than you. So if you've been worn out and tired, one of the reasons is there's been some big energy this month. We've had an eclipse, we had a new moon, we have Mercury in retrograde, we have a full moon coming up next week. So some of it I do think is some of that kind of stuff. But what they keep showing me is like the path you have for light to come in. They're like, it's too little. Like, make it big. Like, make it a really big path. It almost looks like a tube of light. A lot of us kind of see tubes of light when you connect up to the light, if you're in meditation or something. And they're like, make it bigger. Like, just let the energy in. And I feel like you almost try to control it a little bit too much. And they want it to come in a little bit more free flowing. And they want a bigger bucket for it to come in. So be more open to receive. Okay. So you might even want to, because you're pretty sensitive. So you probably could feel where your energy is and you want to open it up. Okay. I also feel like you need more water. Hang tight, friends. Hang tight. Amber, it says, should I keep trying or move on? Like I keep wanting to move forward. I wonder if what it feels like is this person probably has it has a lot of what you would like, but I don't think it has everything. And I hesitate to ever tell anyone what to do with relationships. That's a super personal decision. So you have full right. Just because a psychic says it, you guys, doesn't mean it's true. We're just giving you the energy that we're in at the moment. Okay. But my whole head and everything kept moving kind of forward. So I would sit with, how do you really want to feel in a relationship? How do you want to be treated? How do you want it to look in a healthy relationship? And then see if this is really a match. And I think some of it you don't want to look at, but I would look at it. I think it's worth it to look at it. You know, Kaylin Wold, any tips from mom, Sandy? And I knew her mom, about her sister. I feel like what I heard was you're doing everything that you can. And I also feel like there's a little bit of a kind of a hands-off kind of thing. Like there's not much else you can do, because I feel like you guys are doing what you can do or what she'll allow you to do. So I kind of feel like hands off and just let it be as best you can. But I get like a lot of affirmation that you guys are already doing everything you could be doing. And when a next step is ready for you, like like there won't be any other choice. It'll get easier from here. So the next few steps of whatever is happening, it feels like it will be no other choice. This is what we're doing. And then it'll fall into place. I feel like it's been pretty tough to get there though. But I do feel like she's almost tipping point to get into that. Now we know for sure. Boy, Jolene, that's pretty shitty. She wants to know if they're going to catch the person who copied all the checks from the food pantry, giving Hearts Day and forged our accounts. I don't think so. Which I know that's not what you want to hear, hun. I wonder, however, sit with this, if it's allowed, if you guys, everyone that's involved in that place, if they would put that story out there in the world, I feel like people would give from their hearts again and again to help recover whatever it is that you guys lost. People love to be generous and they love to support, and they don't like when someone takes advantage of beautiful places like that. So I wonder if you could turn it into something better, because I think you'd make more money than what you guys lost and whatever those shitty checks were. Hold on, friends. Oh, Selma, does she belong to you? Well, she cackles, hon. If she cackles, and like, tell me what she looks like, because it might be. Oh, Kelsey might be for you. Kelsey. You know what, Selma? It feels more like it's with Kelsey, because she feels like she just passed. That fits more Kelsey. So, Tara, who just passed Monday, age 45. I think it's her, Kelsey. I feel like you guys used to laugh till you peed, and she said it's just it's so much on the other side. She doesn't even know where to start. But for sure she's okay. She is, I don't even know who she's with, but she is still laughing her ass off. And I think once you move through some of the grief and the sadness that you're in, because I can feel it in you, I think you will actually get to hear her. It's one of my favorite things for my mediumship is I get to hear people's laughs. But I think you will actually hear her laughing. Like, you'll be out at a store and you'll hear it, or you'll be walking around, and so she feels like she's going to kind of mirror in with people. So you'll be out and you'll think you see her. But I think it'll be a couple weeks before that starts to happen, even a couple months, because I think you're in your grief. But she is hilarious. She is hilarious. So funny. And she was here about 10 minutes before I even started. And I was like, I'm not starting yet. And she's like, well, I'm staying. So she like sat down and stayed. So funny. Lilani Garza, she said, my dad named Xavier. I love that name. He was 59 years old. And he tells me I was 59 years young when he passed, and he passed from liver cancer. I feel like he really wants to push you, Lilani, to live a bigger life. So I don't know if you hold back a little bit, or if you're a little fearful of really doing some fun things in life. But I really feel like he wants to kind of like shove you into some fun. And you feel like there's some things that are like right in front of you that you could do, but you're making up excuses why not to do them. And I feel like he's like, life is short. Say yes. Like, I feel like you need to get into that energy of yes, and that energy of, all right, I might be freaked out. I might be a little scared. You know, maybe it's a little bit more investment than you're used to doing on yourself. But I feel like he's saying you got to live. Like, don't hold back your life anymore. You got to live. And that's a big message that comes through when a lot of people pass. Is one of the biggest things that I'm always reminded when someone passes away is like, I got to live bigger. And bigger it depends on the person. For me, it's a lot of travel and things like that. But I feel like there's like 2 or 3 things that you could do, and you keep saying no to them. And he's like, just say yes. So get that word on your mouth and start practicing. Yes, yes, yes. And just say yes and get a little bit out of your comfort level. Um, there's a lot of snorters. That's so funny. So listen, if you have a loved one that had a cackle and a snort, just know that they are all together and they are saying hello from heaven. There's several now that I'm reading it. So funny. Jackie Ellingson, a new job, create a service company, go forward or stay put. Honestly, I feel like both at first. I feel like you need to do a little bit more due diligence on what kind of company you want to do and what it's going to take. I feel like you might have some ideas, but you want to make sure that there's a passion with it, because it's really difficult to run a small business. And it's expensive and it's a lot. So I want you to have some passion to carry you through a lot of those pieces. But I feel like stay put for now, but I feel like keep formulating and really dig into what it would actually take for you to go and do something on your own. I don't see you moving quite yet. I see you still staying put, but I see a lot of like your head is down and you're researching. So I think you need to do some more research on really what it would take, like all the different pieces. Okay. Hey, Cindy. Good to see you. All right. Hang tight, friends. I love seeing everyone online. Um, Alicia Heglin Thorpe. I feel like you need to give it a little more time. I think you're uncomfortable. I think you don't like that. and I get that. I think you're uncomfortable because you're not good at it like you like to be good at something. Does that make sense? I wonder if you're a little bit of a perfectionist. Hang tight. Like give it like a couple more months, which I know you probably don't want to hear that, but give it a couple more months, because I think when you start to kind of find your feet, I think that is going to be a nice fit for you, but you're not giving it much of a chance because you have some of the fears, and just like you're just uncomfortable. But I like when you're uncomfortable because then you're growing. So I would definitely do some journaling and burning about how you're feeling. Like, this is scary. I don't like it. I don't like these people. I don't like what I'm doing. Like your brain keeps listing off what's not working, but you're forgetting all the things that are working and could work once you get your kind of get comfortable there. So give it a couple more months, because I think it's going to turn into something really good for you. Hey, Michelle, you got to give me an update, sister. How you're doing? Okay, so Tara Lockwood, my friend's mom, Kim, close family friend, fell into addiction, died this fall. She definitely liked to party and she definitely loved to socialize. Definitely struggled with addiction. I don't know that it was a suicide, hon. I don't feel that. To me, it feels almost more accidental. I wonder if she was drunk or high or something, because she feels a little off to me, and almost like she just wasn't paying attention and she was just kind of out of her head a little bit. She almost feels like she tripped or fell. I don't feel a suicide. I can't be 100% on that, but it doesn't feel like that. It doesn't feel premeditated. It doesn't feel like planned. It doesn't feel like, I kind of feel like she's saying, if I was going to do it, that is not the way I would go. She would have done it much differently, which I think is a interesting message to get. But I do feel like she spent some time. So let me see. Did you tell me when she passed this fall? I do feel like she's sitting in a healing place. So there's different, I don't know, there's different spaces in heaven or whatever you want to call it. And I do feel like she's sitting in that space of healing, and she's a little bit quiet, which I don't think is normal for her, but I do think she is understanding what was happening in her life. She's kind of going through that life review piece, but boy, she's like, it kind of takes my breath away. She's getting so much of this love and unconditional love and healing and just this beautiful space. And she's like, you'll hear from me, but I need a little time here first. So I do think everyone in the family will start seeing different things, hearing different things. I feel like her messages will be loud and obnoxious because I think she was, but she needs a little time for her healing piece. But I don't feel like it was suicide. I keep wanting to shake my head no on that. I think it was an accident. I do think she was probably under the influence of something, though. Oh, let me get rid of this scammer. Okay, so these little guys, hold on, friends. Let me get rid of this girl. I wonder why she keeps saying she's a moderator. She certainly is not. Hold on, friends. Hold on. Let me get rid of this chick. Ignore her, friends. She's not real. Wonder why they are saying she's a moderator. She's not. So if anyone can block that Hood Tarot, please do that for me. Hold on, friends. Sandy Neal Parrish. She's so funny. I don't know what your mom's name or anything. You didn't give me any information, but she said, I'm up in the air about selling my house, which belonged to my mother before she passed. This is what your mom did. Get rid of it. She's like, get rid of it. Take the money and do something fun with it. Like she almost hit me with her arm, like, just nope, get rid of it. So she's not attached to the house. I just keep repeating, get rid of it, get rid of it. So go ahead and sell it, hon. Hold on, friends. Hey, Miss April. Hold on, friends. I'm just reading, seeing where I'm going next. Christine Roman. My husband passed in September. Is he with our son? 1,000% he is. Yes. I actually feel, I wonder, to me, it feels like your son was, I don't know that your son was the actual person that helped him over, but I see his hand. with your husbands and I see them standing there holding hands, yes, 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 yes. He was waiting for him. And then is mom okay with the decision for putting her in hospice? Yes. I also feel like with mom, and this is something I'm actually walking through a client with, and it's been the most fascinating thing to walk through with her. And I've done it with other clients, and it's fascinating every time. Everyone does their own way of passing. Some people go quickly, some people take a long time, some people do really strange things, some people are super quiet. And I feel like she might have some up and down for a little while. Like she might be really energetic, and then she might be really tired. And I feel like a lot of her is already up on the other side. And it's kind of like she'll have this sadness. You guys will like think, oh my gosh, she looks so sad. She's not sad. She's just working on dying. I don't know if she's passed yet. She doesn't feel like it, but she's not sad. Like I feel like she's just working on passing. And so she's like, don't worry about what my physical self is doing. It's fine. She goes, I'm working on the spirit side to, get into where she needs to be. So she doesn't want you guys to get too worked up about what her physical body is doing. She's like, it's just letting go. So just hopefully that helps the process that she walks through. It's never easy for us. But I think they go really inside of themselves when they're kind of working through that piece. So hopefully that'll help a little bit if you guys have questions on that piece. All right. Remember, you guys, if you want me to connect with a loved one, I need their name, when they died, and how they're connected to you. It helps me tune in a lot faster. Oh, Myra, I totally see her behind you, hugging you. I see her like absolutely reaching around behind you, and I see her just hugging you, and I see her kissing. To me, it's my right cheek, so I think it's your left cheek. So I want you to pay attention if you feel heat or cold or anything, but I just see her just hugging you tight. I wonder if you look like your mom. You kind of feel like you look like your mom. She looks like you, or you look like her. But yeah, she absolutely is standing right with you. Hold on. Hold on, friends. They're trying to take me somewhere, and I'm apparently not listening very well. Interesting message. I like this message, and it's helpful for a lot of people. So, Robin Carlson, part of your question is, how do I get motivated? And what I heard was help somebody else, be of service to somebody else that is in a place that they need help. Not necessarily in a worse place than you, but go out in the world and do something to help somebody else, because it will remind you of who you are, and it will inspire you, and most likely it will give you some, because your energy feels really tired. Actually, I don't think you're unmotivated. I think you're really tired. And I don't know that you do a lot of things for yourself. I think you serve a lot of people. But I kept hearing, go out and be of service to somebody that you actually want to be of service to. A little kid, buy them some candy, or an old person that needs groceries, or something fun. But I feel like you need to do something that fills you up, that's just fun. And that will help you. Instead of being motivated, I would shift that word completely. I would take motivation out of it. I would love for you to start asking Spirit to inspire you. I feel like you need some new inspiration, not motivation. I think you're motivated, but I also think you're tired. And I feel like being of service somewhere, and I don't know, I'm not getting clearly what to be of service to, but I feel like whatever it is, it's just silly little things. But I feel like because you're busy, some inspiration will drop in. So I don't think it's motivation, hon. I think it's inspiration. And inspiration's a whole lot different. And it's way more fun. Motivation is hard to carry all the time. Like you always have to work at motivation. Inspiration actually takes you. So we want you inspired. Okay, so I want to share this because it was a really cool thing. Several of you asked about um, relationship stuff, and here's I met the most awesome guy. Of course, I'm gonna forget his name. Rachel, if you're still on, let me know his name. The shaman in Sedona. So I met this shaman dude, and he was awesome, and he shared the coolest exercise to do. And I told him I was going to steal it and share it with my people. So I did let him know I was going to do this. But he said that when you're looking for someone and looking for a relationship and looking for love and all that kind of fun stuff, start writing letters from them to you, even though you don't know who they are, but have them start writing love letters to you and what you wish they would say and how you wish they would speak to you and what you wish they would be talking about, and then go and mail them to yourself, whether it's once a day or once a week or however you want to do it, and keep writing these love letters to yourself as if you were the person that you're in love with. He still does this, and he's married. And so he'll go stand outside and his wife will be like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "Well, I'm waiting for a letter from you and I don't want you to see it. So, go on." And then he reads this beautiful letter from that he wrote from his wife to him. And yes, Joseph Whitewolf. And I just thought that was the most brilliant way to call in the person that you want. I thought it was brilliant. And he said you can use that kind of exercise if you need forgiveness from somebody that you know damn well is never going to give you the apology. You can write yourself a letter from that person saying everything you need them to say. And then you can keep it or you can burn it or whatever you want to do. But there's tons and tons of you that have talked about, give you some insight on your love life. I would start writing the letters to myself from that person, even if you don't know who they are yet. I thought it was brilliant. I'm like, what a way to call in energy. Oh my God, I thought it was great. So for all of you asking about relationships, that is one of the things that I would do about attracting your mate that you're looking for. Joseph Whitewolf, he is amazing. I loved him. He was so much fun. We had such a beautiful time in Sedona. I just loved it, loved it, loved it. Okay, let me see. What else? You could also write yourself some love letters from yourself. Wouldn't that be nice to actually speak nicely to yourself? Oh, Myra, that's great. Good. I'm glad that made sense. Hold on, friends. Let me see who's looking for me. Hannah Lawrence, Grandpa says, you should see me now. You should see the fish he's fishing for now. He's funny. He was like waving at me because I love to fish as well. And so does Eli. So when I was scrolling, I kept seeing him standing there with his fishing rod and he's waving at me. I wonder if he used to wave in a certain way to people, maybe from the lake or from the river. But he's still fishing. He's still fishing, but he's in the most beautiful place ever fishing. And he's like, every catch is like that beautiful catch. I feel like he died at 93, which we would call old, but I feel like he was a super young, fun man. But yeah, fishing really was one of his passions. He's funny. He just keeps showing me all the big fish that he's catching. I would like to fish there someday with him. So he's still fishing, hun. Yeah, Jonelle, I actually thought of you for that. I actually thought of you for that. I was laughing. I was like, oh, I should tell Jonelle this is right up her alley. This is so great. All right, hold on. Let me see. Let me go back here. So Bonnie Swenson, your dead Charlie passed. He's coming through, and he's funny because all I hear from him is, "What are you waiting for?" Which usually means there's something that you might be deciding, something that you're waiting on that you know you want to do. You've always wanted to do it. You've always talked about it, and yet you're still not doing it. And he's like, "What is it? What is it going to take for you to know that you can just go ahead and do whatever this is?" I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a trip. I don't know if it's moving. It feels doable, but it feels like you are, said with love, always making excuses on why not to do it. And so he's coming through, like he keeps like, "What are you waiting for? What do you like? Time's running out. Like, what do you wait? Not that you're gonna die or anything, but like life is short. What are you waiting for?" So he's being a little pushy on whatever it is that you're waiting for, that you've been waiting to do. You should go do it. You guys are waiting on doing a trip, or you're waiting to move, or you're waiting on different things. See if there's some little baby step you can do towards it, because that will help you move the energy to have some of that stuff come forward. Hey, Twiggy. Hey, cousin. How are you? Sarah, I do think you're getting a new house. It might take a little longer than you think, but I think that will actually end up being better for you. So I don't know what your time frame is, but yeah, I do think you are. I think I keep feeling like it's pushed out a little bit. Honestly, I think it's more to do with interest rates more than anything else. But I do feel like it. I do think that that's coming for you. Vicky, absolutely you are, hun. So Vicky says, "Am I really seeing or feeling spirits? I've been a hospice nurse for many years and feel very connected to the dying." You're kind of a death doula. I don't know if you've ever heard of that. And there's actually classes people take to be a death doula. A lot of hospice workers also get certified to be death doulas, but that's what you are, hun. You are doing such a beautiful job. And oh, let me see if I can remember her name. I think it was Pam. I knew a woman that was a hospice person, and when people wouldn't go, they would call her. And I actually feel like she works with you sometimes. You don't know her or anything, but I think that's part of her heavenly job. She passed away several years ago, and she was really fun to tune into. And she passed very unexpectedly, and she told me that we were not done working, so every once in a while she comes through. But I feel like you're one of the people that she supports, and she supports thousands of people. So because she can be here, there, and everywhere all at one time. But you're a death doula, so what you're feeling is real. And it's and the spirits that are passing love your energy because you honor them. And I think that's something why you feel so connected, is because as you honor them, they're honoring you. And so there's this beautiful equal energy exchange in that piece. So yeah, that is for sure what you're feeling. You may at some point, if you see a mediumship class or an intuition class, that might be interesting for you. I think you're a little bit more intuitive than you ever have given yourself credit for. But it'd be beautiful because you could get some understanding of what's happening in those moments, and it might even open that door up a little bit, for you to get even some more beautiful experiences. And you don't have to do that. I feel like Spirit's saying you don't have to do that. If you're interested, go ahead and do it though. Yeah, death doulas are amazing. Aw, thanks, Michelle. She said my classes are amazing. It's because I only work with fun people. So if you're fun, come work with me. Okay, hang tight. I'll do a couple more here. Hang tight, friends. So Kathy Volk says that she's been seeing 1111, 333, 444, 555, a ton over the past few weeks and feeling exhausted. It's been, for some people, the energy has been amazing for them. And for some other people, it's been exhausting. So we had a new moon, we had an eclipse energy, and the eclipse energy does a lot for your energy system. Plus, we have a full moon coming in on Tuesday. And so when you're seeing all those, I call them angel numbers. So 1111, 333, 888, all those kinds of things. Those are your angels letting you know that they're around you and they're supporting you. Oftentimes, if you keep seeing them like over and over and over a time period, a lot of times it's because there's something going on with you. You're probably growing, you're expanding. It feels like your spirit has kind of grown. Maybe you've had some mindset shifts or something, and now your body is needing a little time to kind of process all the energy and catch up. I tend to do that too. Like I'll have like a big growth in my spirit, or I'll get some new mindset shifts, and I'll just have a better vision of different things, and then my body takes a minute to catch up. And I feel like that's kind of what's going on. Meditation would be amazing. If you don't meditate, Kathy, I would try meditation. There's a shit ton that you can do on YouTube. One of the ones that I tell a lot of my new people to do is Abraham Hicks. It's 15 minutes. It's guided. They tell you what to do. They tell you when to breathe, and it's high vibe. But if you're not meditating, I feel like there's a call for you to meditate, because meditation is just not for that 15 minutes that you sit down and meditate and get quiet. It's actually for your whole day, because if something's coming up in your life and you know how to meditate, you can regulate yourself easier. And I know a lot of people have trouble with ADD, ADHD, all that kind of stuff. I have it too. And so meditation was something that I had to learn to help my brain function better. And when I meditate consistently, which I'm pretty good at meditating consistently, it helps me in the wild times. I can regulate myself. I can regulate my thoughts. I can bring my mindset back. There's so much to meditation. It's not just learning to sit quiet for 15 minutes. It's learning a skill you can use throughout your day. But Kathy, I feel like meditation is a big piece, like the next step. And if you are meditating, then I would maybe do a little meditation in the morning, maybe add one at night too for just a few weeks to help your body kind of gain its energy back again. Okay. And I do think springtime, I think when we get past this next full moon and retrograde stops, Mercury in retrograde can be really tiring for people. Like my teeth always ache during retrograde. So I'm ready for it to be done too. But a lot of times the energy will shift when we get out of that. Okay. Oh, good. Okay. Try meditation. The next expo I will be at is in Fargo on the 27th. And I'll be doing some mini readings there. I am considering opening up a few spots in my she shed on Thursday and Friday that week. So if that's something that you guys are interested in, email me and I can get you my rates and stuff. But I wouldn't mind doing a couple in-person readings a couple days before the expo. I know a lot of people come into town before that. So definitely go to the expo. There's going to be a ton. It's a huge expo in Fargo here. I'm not doing the gallery. I'm doing a speaking thing at like 2:30. I don't have it pulled up or I would tell you who it was. But the galleries are always super fun. So yeah, definitely come to that. And it's at the Ramada 1025. Carrie, why wouldn't it be? I would keep writing that story over and over. She wants to work at Disney someday. I would stop saying someday. I would just say, you know what? I'm ready to work at Disney. And I would affirm it and I would write about it and I would look every day on their wanted ads. I would do all the steps, because why not? Why wouldn't you? Got to have some fun with it. It's Disney. Disney is fun, high vibration entertainment. It's all about service and all that kind of stuff. So get into the energy of it. Barbara, she was totally aware. It was her spirit that did that, not her physical body. But yes, she was absolutely aware. She was standing next to her body. I do not do meditation classes at the moment. I have a set of meditations that I do sell, but we're in the midst of making some changes in my system and stuff. So they're not available at the moment, but they will be. Okay, I'm going to do one more. Hold on. Okay, so remember Monday night, if you guys are looking for change and you want to make some change in your life, come work with me next week, Monday through Friday. And we start at 6 p.m. Central. It's for an hour every day. It's all recorded. So I have several people that have actually asked if they can sign up and just watch it later. Yes, you absolutely can. I know that's kind of a hard time to do it 5 nights in a row when you got families and stuff. But that starts on Monday, Tuesday nights, full moon clearing. So don't forget that. If you're someone that hangs on to energy a lot, join us because I teach a lot of different tools that you can use all the time. I had one that I wanted to read. Let me look at it. Where is it? Karen, she asked, should I move? My garage has been broken into twice and they tried again. I actually feel like you do have a move coming up for you. I don't know that you want to move. I know moving is a lot of work. But I actually feel a move and I think you would feel better if you moved on for a bunch of different reasons. Like number one, obviously we don't want the break-in stuff, but I also feel like it almost feels like the energy of either the neighborhood or the building feels really dingy to me. And I feel like there's something much brighter that you could go to. And I think it would serve you better as a home. So I would start looking just to see if anything kind of floats your boat. But I feel a move for you, hun. All right, friends, that is what I have for you tonight. I will do these again. I promise I will come back and do them again. But some of the things that you can catch me at is class on Monday night next week, the changes class, full moon clearing on Tuesday night. We have the expo on the 27th. Starting in May, if you're out in the lakes area, I'm going to be doing some readings and some classes and things at Rock and Herbs, which I love the name of it. That's George's place. So if you want to catch me out at the lake, I'm going to be doing some things out there. We've scheduled some stuff. I'll be putting that. We also have some changes coming with my schedule, my services, all that kind of stuff. So we'll be putting that out there and showing you guys all the fun changes. So if there is anything that I can support, mentoring, readings, things like that, please do reach out. If I don't answer your email, my staff will. Or my team, not my staff, my team will. And we have a whole lot of fun stuff coming up. I'm out. I'm actually out between, I'm kind of in the middle. I'm out between DL and Park Rapids. I'm kind of in that Osage, Snellman, Island Lake, Shell Lake kind of area. I'm right out there. Okay. So I can kind of go a lot of places. And then George's place is at we call it Four Corners. And it's about, I think it's only like 5-10 minutes out of Detroit Lakes on 34. Okay. Yeah, we got a ton of stuff going on in Spirit School too. We got a lot of fun stuff coming up for Spirit School too. So more to come on that as well. All right, friends, you guys have a great night. If you have any questions on the classes, let me know. Otherwise, get your butt signed up for the changes class. We start Monday at 6 p.m. Central. Okay. All right, guys. Thanks for showing up. I will talk to y'all soon. See ya.